Hello and welcomes everyone, AnthWolf here bringing you a new Let's Play of Star Wars The Old Republic, developed by Bioware and published by EA Games and LucasArts together. In this series we'll be looking at the class of the Smuggler, who will be working alongside the Republic, and will complement my current Let's Plays of both Valicar the Bounty Hunter and Asura the Sith Warrior. In this campaign, in this Let's Play itself, we'll be doing similarly to what we did with Valicar Omegon. We will be playing the Smuggler right from level 1 right up until the very end of the third chapter, which should probably take us between levels 50 and 55. And at this point I will actually make a decision between actually continuing either my Smuggler here or Valicar into the expansions right up until the new expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, I believe it's called, will be released in October of this year, 2015. Like the Valicar, my Bounty Hunter campaign, we will be trying to do as much of the content as possible, just to give you another perspective of what's happening in the Star Wars universe at this point in time during the Old Republic. We'll be trying to do as many of the side missions as possible. We'll probably be doing the flashpoints that are available to us, even though most of the flashpoints are very similar. There are a couple about at the mid-30s level that are different and give you a unique perspective for the Republic to the Sith Empire storyline, but obviously we'll talk about those when we get to that point. As a Smuggler, we can choose two advanced classes at level 10. One of them is the Gunslinger, who you probably saw from the earlier picture I used, wields twin blaster pistols, and also the Scoundrel, who wields a singular blaster pistol and also wields a scattergun to use certain abilities. The Gunslinger, one of the advanced classes, the former advanced class, is a primary damage dealer, primary DPS. All three discipline trees have various abilities. All of them are related to dealing damage to an opponent, whether singular or groups. Whereas the Scoundrel, two of the trees are DPS trees, but the third tree is actually a healing tree, which we might go down for certain flashpoints later on down the road, depending on how long I want to sit around in the group finder waiting for the flashpoints to actually allocate us a decent team. As you're all probably aware, in most MMOs, healers tend to find parties faster than damage dealers, unfortunately, but that's the case. There's always more people willing to just deal damage than stick around the back and try to keep everyone else alive. I'll go more into class creation, and also what armor we'll be wearing, and obviously the equipment or stats later on as we actually get into the game and actually we get to play our character itself. I've already pre-allocated what my character is going to look like. I've already chosen his name, and basically all I really need to do is get him created, which I will do in a brief moment, as well as giving you some backstory on the Smuggler's individual storyline and where we fit into the Republic. All I will say is right now, after chapter 1 of the Smuggler's storyline, I'll be going into entirely unfamiliar ground. I would request that if I have no spoilers, I would appreciate it, even though I admit I tend to pre-record quite a lot of Star Wars The Old Republic in advance, because I can't tend to put the game down once I start recording. I have this thing that if I leave a game for too long, it kind of becomes boring for me and it's hard to come back to it. It's too unfamiliar and basically I just feel like starting again. Which is why, even though I'm a founder of Star Wars The Old Republic, up until I started recording Valicar and Asura's actual playthroughs, I had never gained a character up to level 50, which is terrible to say, since the game's been out a good, 4 or 5 years now, if not longer? Forgot when it was released. I should have probably looked at that before I started recording this. So, without any further ado, I will get the game set up, I will get into character creation, and we will go about some of the Smuggler pre-story while I am creating the character there, and we'll get actually into some gameplay. So, I will be just a moment. And welcomes back everyone, let's get to creating our character here. We won't be playing as Valicar, we've had enough of him already. Let's get to creating our Republic member. We're going to be joining the Republic, as I said, the Galactic Republic. Founded 20,000 years ago by explorers and diplomats, the Galactic Republic is a vast democracy, led by the Supreme Chancellor, who we know is now called Generous. Take my word for it, it's Generous. The Republic is a chaotic amalgam of many worlds, corporations and species, which often clash with one another. Also, now we can choose our class here. We're going to be playing as a Smuggler. There we are. We're not going to be playing as Tug Router, but thank you for the option anyway. Living life by their own rules, Smugglers are the galaxy's most unpredictable characters. They dress for ease of movement with a healthy dose of style, carry one or dual blasters, and are always ready to shoot first, stealth up, and sneak away after. We'll be playing as a human. And we'll be playing as a male character.
I don't take orders from anybody.
Okay, give me one brief moment here. We're going to be choosing how our character appears. Let's choose his complexion somewhere down here. Oh. Eye colour. Oh, no, that's not good. Beard, we're not going to have a beard. Our hair colour is this one, and our hairstyle is going to be this one. Now, he may not seem familiar, maybe he will. If you play my Bounty Hunter campaign all the way up to Corellia, if it's released at this point in time, I've made him reminiscent of a politician on that planet called Darbin Sewell. And if you understand the character, if you know who Darbin Sewell is, you'll understand why I've chosen my Smuggler to basically be pretty much almost a copycat, or at least that's as near as I think I could get him by looking at a picture while creating him previously. But yeah, he's going to be an opportunist, I think. If I'm trying to roleplay the character, I don't think he's necessarily going to be good, necessarily going to be evil. I think, like my Bounty Hunter, he's going to be rather neutral in his choices. And if there's a opportunity for business and to make some advantage, I don't think he's going to be adverse to taking advantage of it. At least that's what I hope. In the case as well, he is going to be rather flexible with the ladies. He's probably going to flirt with as many as possible. Probably going to get slapped most of the time. But I thought I'd play him just for fun and not play him like I normally would play a character. And basically just try to be try and be as outrageous as possible. I'm not going to play him stupidly and make some stupid choices, but at the same time, we want to have a bit of fun in this game, of course we do. So yeah, let's have a look at what the Smuggler's all about. It tells us about our various equipment here. Feel free to pause and have a look at these. I really want to look at the storyline. This is the one. I'm going to quickly and briefly read through all this, just to kind of set the scene. If you want to use the timeline and skip ahead, you're very welcome to. But this is more for myself and anyone who may be interested. So this is the Smuggler prelude story, I suppose you can call it. Quick, clever, and answers to no one. Sometimes luck is more important than skill, but it never hurts to have both. Lawlessness has become common in the wake of the devastating war between the Republic and Empire. Shifting political alliances and marauding pirates have made independent space travel a dangerous enterprise. Cut off from traditional supply routes, entire star systems rave on the verge of collapse. An adventurous spirit who's not afraid to break a few rules can make a handsome profit hauling cargo to these hotspots, but it requires fast reflexes, fast wit, and a fast draw of a blaster. Even then, the life of a smuggler is always a gamble. Stacking up enemies as fast as they stack up credits, smugglers only survive in this galaxy by being slick, sneaky, and street smart. Whether sweet-talking an attractive alien or bargaining with a hardened criminal contact, the smuggler's charm is a notorious asset, and often the ticket to turning around a deteriorating situation. If circumstances get too complicated though, count on a smuggler to always have an escape plan. Experienced in flying under the radar, smugglers are amazingly elusive. Yet when backed into a corner, they quickly become cunning and often deadly combatants. Above all else, smugglers make their own destinies. Despite their affinity for credit, smugglers have been known to turn down lucrative opportunities when the clients have demanded too much control. Some smugglers are even more discriminating, refusing to work with slavers and representatives of the Sith Empire. It's a business where one is always looking for trustworthy allies, but they are often few and far between. Overrunning an Imperial blockade or shooting down a double-crossing gangster, smugglers are always flying by the seat of their pants. Every dealer carries the chance for wealth beyond their wildest dreams, on an ominous death in the harsh void of space. Faced with choosing an alliance in these uncertain times, smugglers have been forced to consider the implications of trying to operate under the tight controls of the Sith Empire. Though never the most patriotic members of Republic society, many smugglers have decided that siding with the Republic is siding with freedom, and of course freedom is everything. The Republic has never indulged a systematic prejudice against smugglers. Generally speaking, they are more commonly tangled with laws and law enforcement measures from specific star systems, not the Greater Republic. Thus, it has not been overly difficult for the Jedi and the Republic military to accept smugglers as allies in resisting the growing dominance of the Sith Empire. And yeah, that's basically the smuggler in a nutshell. That's us created. Let's get ourselves with a name and let's get ourselves through the opening cutscene. As always, I'll be quiet all the way through it, just using the dialogue options available to me unless I have something to mention. And then once the opening cutscene's ended, I will probably cut the video there and prepare myself for the actual game commencing, and when we actually get into some gameplay, which is probably going to occur in part 2. This is more setting the scene. So yeah, our name is going to be, it's going to be Malcolm. No, it's not. It's going to be Malcolm. I was kind of tempted to go with Mal, and I was tempted to go with Mal Reynolds, just to be a Firefly fan. Serenity, you probably know. But unfortunately, a lot of interpretations of Mal have been taken, even with the slight inserts of symbols. So I kind of went with Malcolm, and oh well, we'll stick with it. Malcolm will probably grow on me. So let's start playing the game, shall we?
Can't believe you made it through that Separatist shooting gallery, Captain. Your ship isn't even scratched. Takes guts landing in the middle of a battlefield. Nice flying.
I owe it all to my lightning reflexes and crackerjack timing.
Clearly had a lot of practice getting shot at. The name's Skavik. I'm picking up those blasters in your cargo hold. Excuse the rush, but need to get out of here quick. This village used to be safe, but the Separatists are taking over. If I were you, I'd haul jets as soon as we're done.
Who are these people? What are they after?
Separatists want to break away from the Republic. Judging from all the explosions, they're serious about the idea. Sounds like the bombing's getting closer. The Separatists will be right on top of us any minute. Here's your payment for making this run, Captain. As soon as I have those blasters, you'll be free to fly.
Skavik, we've got a big problem. Separatists took over the local air defense cannon.
Oh, slow down, Corso. What are you talking about?
They deployed some kind of remote control stations, hijacked the cannon's targeting computer. Damn Separatists just destroyed an incoming Republic transport.
What's the big deal?
Don't you get it? The Separatists can attack any starship coming in or out of here. With those remote control stations, the Separatists can override the air defense cannon's computer, turn that firepower against us anytime they want.
That's bad news, Captain. The Separatists will blast you out of the sky even if you think about taking off.
The Separatists have remote control stations all over the area. You'll probably have to hit several before they lose control of that cannon.
I should charge extra for my thrilling heroics.
Good luck. Hope we see you again.
Let's move, Corso. We're running out of time.
So yeah, welcome once again to Star Wars The Old Republic, or welcome if you're unfamiliar with the game itself. Here we are. Let's say first things first, we're going to choose to redo our overall interface here. Sudden change, I know. And of course, as I say, I will break the video once we get outside our spaceport hangar here, which is obviously where we are. This is Ord Mantell, which I will show you more in greater detail in the next video. Yeah, we can't get back into the hangar right now up until we destroy the remote control stations, which are protecting the anti-air cannon, basically, you could call it. But yeah, I'll go more into, obviously, our character, his required stats here. I don't need that, thank you. What stats we'll require as a smuggler. Obviously, armor, what we're going to be wearing throughout the game. And also what I plan to do for customizable gear. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the series with me. And I hope you'll stay with it, basically. Whether or not you enjoy it or not, I'm sure there's plenty of other YouTube hobbyists who also do Star Wars The Old Republic content. I haven't really kept my eyes out for much. I know J2 John Jeremy, J2, as he's also known as, has started a couple of series of this game. And I think Spiffy Scree also did a series with another hobbyist called Kriana, if you're interested, that is. But yeah, I will end this video here, and when I come back, we will, as I say, begin our series here as our smuggler. I'll probably briefly go into game mechanics again, as I mentioned before. But yeah, I will see you all next time. Until then though, bye bye now.